Good morning, English 2 students. So those of you that have been remote learners are used to these daily videos, and the ones that are in class have watched these daily videos. And the thing that we were preparing for has happened. We've been shut down for a couple of weeks, but you're prepared to just continue your curriculum just the way that we've been doing it. So I don't anticipate that there should be any problems with this. Everything is going to be just exactly the way it has been. You'll just be doing this from home instead of at school. Um, so I'm going to talk to you about your assignment for today, but the thing that I will tell you that will be that can be different is that if you need to do a Zoom call with me to get any help, we can set that up. So you can just email me and let me know that you'd like to do a Zoom call. I think there's a way in Google Classroom that we can set up a video conference. Of course, you can also just email me with any questions. So the main thing is that you get your work done and you stay in touch with me. You don't have to email me every day and let me know that you're working on your work. The way that I'll know you're present is if you get your work done. Okay. So just get up in the morning, um, eat some breakfast, get your work done, and get it over with, and don't get behind. You'll still have plenty of time to do your other favorite hobbies, whether it's, playing games or going outside or reading or whatever it is you like to do or watching TV. But just make sure that you get your schoolwork done and don't get behind. Okay. And email me if you have any questions or concerns, and I will get back to you. We're going to be up here at the school all day, every day, regular hours, the teachers will be. So I will have plenty of time to help you or talk to you about any of your concerns. So just let me know. So for today and tomorrow, let's just look at your agenda. I've already highlighted, we were a day behind this week just because we took a little bit longer on one assignment, but, or I gave you a catch-up day, that's what it was. So the thing that you have left to do this week, and remember this is the end of the 3-week grading period, is to write a poem that is loosely based on the mirror poem. So you're going to write a poem that's very similar to that, and we'll look at the instructions for that in a minute. But that was meant to be a 2-day assignment, so I'm going to extend the due date on that to Friday. So that's tomorrow. So you'll have 2 days to work on it. So just make sure by the end of the day that you have a poem written. And we'll talk about that in a minute. It's nothing to be worried about. There's no right or wrong on a poem as long as you wrote it yourself and followed the basic guidelines. Tomorrow you will need to do your test over Mirror, and I will have a video in there for you with a guided test. Okay? So poem and test, and of course if there's anything that you haven't finished for the week, you need to make sure that you get that done. As far as attendance goes, tomorrow, if I look and you haven't taken your test and you haven't done your poem, or at least done your test and attempting to get your poem finished, then I'll mark you absent. So you get marked absent for not doing your work for me. Now you follow the guidelines your other teachers give you. If you don't do your work, you get an absence from me and a 0. But you don't have to check in with me every day or anything like that. Okay. So let's go to the assignment. You've already got this assignment assigned to you, and you did the top of this page, these 5 questions. So obviously, if you don't have these done, and there was a video to go along with it, if you don't have these done, then you need to get these questions done. I am going to be grading these today at some point. I can't tell you exactly when because I'm not on any kind of strict schedule. So just whenever I get around to it today, I will be grading these. So make sure that you get these done if you don't have them done. If I get them in the grade book before you get finished, then it's can only be a 70. And you'll have to email me and let me know that you finished it, the same thing that I was talking to you about the other day. Okay, so here is your assignment. You can skip the research part. The research part is to find some other poems by Sylvia Plath. We're not going to do that, but you are going to write a poem. The poem Mirror is unusual because the speaker is an object, the mirror. Write a similar poem with a different speaker, and it could be one other object from this poem. Like you could write a poem from the perspective of the woman, like what she thinks every day as she's looking in the mirror. I think that would be a very good thing to do. Or from the perspective of the wall that sees the mirror every day. or the candles or the moon who see the woman in a different way than the mirror sees her. Okay. So there's no right or wrong to this. I just want you to be creative, have fun with it. It does have to be at least 10 lines. Now, guys, that's a really short poem. A line doesn't have to be any particular length, probably be 6, 7, 8 to 10 words, but it has to be a 10-line poem. You can divide it into stanzas or not into stanzas. But the requirements are that it has to be from the point of view similar to the poem that we read, and it needs to be from the point of view of something different than the mirror. Okay, so choose the speaker of who your mirror poem is going to be. Choose a speaker. I would keep it as an object, or the woman in the poem. And here's the other qualification, and you can read through all this. I don't want to read it all to you. Use some figurative language. You don't have to identify it for me, but I need to see, because almost all poetry uses some sort of figurative language. Remember, figurative language is anything that's not meant to be taken literally. So use some similes or metaphors or personification, and you can look back at this poem for ideas on how to do that. Okay, so that's what you have to do, is write a poem and take your test. Now, I don't have the assignment in Google Classroom yet for today because we were in a meeting this morning, obviously discussing, how these next 2.5 weeks are going to go down. So I will get the assignment in there, but there will be an assignment for you to attach your poem and turn it in. You could do your poem as a video. You could read your poem to me and turn in the video presenting it. You could do it as a slideshow. With graphics or anything you wanted to. You could write your poem out by hand and illustrate the page and take a picture of it and turn it in. I am mainly going to be grading the content of the poem, but I do want the presentation to be good too. So if you're artistic and you want to do something, fancy, and do that. What I would just caution you on, and this, is do not try to find a poem on the internet and turn it in as your own. I will know. Okay, Google Classroom has a plagiarism check, and I will be activating that plagiarism check for this. And so write a poem and then take your test tomorrow. So I don't want to make these videos real long, so I'm just going to go ahead and sign off for now. If you have any questions, email me and I will get that assignment for today, just written out and where you can turn in your poem. I'll get that done right now as soon as I finish this video. Okay, so I miss you guys. I'll be glad when you're back. I do not like this. Please get your work done, get some rest and have some fun, but do your work. All right, talk to you soon.